Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you 3 games I played in the Thunderbolt. This is a tier 6 American premium medium tank with regular matchmaking. The first game I'm playing is a standard battle on Redshire 1944 with tier 6 as the top tier and 2 artillery on each team. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, vertical stabilizer, and coated optics. And I'm using an American crew which has 20 crew skills and perks. To start off the game, I'm going to be fighting in the middle of the map where there's plenty of ridge lines for me to use. I don't tend to extend this far in the early game. I've had some bad experiences getting rushed with not enough team support to counter it, but I've got another Thunderbolt with me, so I couldn't resist the opportunity to advance. And instantly rewarded with a sacrificial enemy Thunderbolt. The enemy is not showing a significant presence over here, so I'm taking the opportunity to advance. I've got some great matchmaking this game, which I want to take full advantage of, so it's going to take a lot to slow my advance. Three missed opportunities in a row. I didn't get to finish off either light tank or the artillery. That's very unfortunate in the middle of a game with a lot of potential. A streaking heavy tank that makes up for a few of the missed opportunities earlier in the game. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I earned 50,000 silver without any multipliers and 5,010 experience with a 25% multiplier and 250 from an op. In this game, I dealt 2,666 damage, assisted with 555 damage, and destroyed 8 enemies while blocking 725 damage. This earned me High Caliber, Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, Top Gun, Devastator, and Radley Walters. If I hadn't messed up those mid-game opportunities, there would have been even more. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 2,047. I managed to hit 34 of my 46 shots and penetrate 28 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the fuel tank in the P2640, destroyed the engine and damaged the ammunition in the VK36.01H, destroyed the engine in the Valentine, destroyed the turret and injured the driver in the 14TP, and damaged the ammunition and injured the radio operator in the Thunderbolt. What do you know, the second game I'm playing is also a standard battle on Redshire 1944, with tier 6 as the top tier and 1 artillery on each team. I am at the opposite spawn this game. My equipment loadout is the same as last game, but this time I'm using an American crew which has 8 crew skills and perks. I'm doing the exact same tactic as the previous battle, just from the opposite side, but the start of this game didn't have the same easy opportunities as the previous one, and I wasn't reading the tactical situation as well as I could have been, so it's a much slower start to the game. My team's been on the losing side for most of the game, but we are still managing to keep it relatively close. I was tempted to fall back and defend the base since the enemy had won the other side, but I ended up deciding to stay with a group of teammates that had overextended a little bit, and to just try and help clean up this group. I've switched to my APCR shell so I can have some extra reliability against that Thunderbolt. At this stage in the game, I can't afford to bounce too many shots if I want even a hope of bringing it back. A good play by the enemy light tank to not let us get a prolonged stand here. I wasn't able to bring it back, but the tank performed very well that game. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game I earned 30,000 silver without any multipliers and 9,590 experience with a 3x multiplier. In this game I dealt 2,848 damage, assisted with 326 damage, and destroyed 7 enemies while blocking 1,175 damage. This earned me High Caliber, Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, Top Gun, and Devastator. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,251. It's funny to note that my base XP was higher than everyone else's in the game, even though that was a defeat. I managed to hit 34 of my 42 shots and penetrate 29 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the engine and fuel tank in the ARL-44, injured the driver in the M6 and the Bishop, damaged the radio in the VK-28.01, and damaged the fuel tank in the Thunderbolt. Just for a little extra fun, I want to share my first battle with the Thunderbolt. It's not as significant as the other two, but it does show how easy it is to lose silver with this tank. This is a standard battle on Rogue Carver with tier 6 as the top tier and 1 artillery on each team. I have the same equipment loadout and am using an American crew with 20 crew skills and perks. I was just fighting in a basic hull down position to start off the game. Since it was my first battle, I was being extra careful to not overextend. As you can see, there's some great opportunities to bully lower tier tanks with the Thunderbolt. Quite a few ineffective shots against that reach, so I switched to my APCR shells, and this is where it starts to get expensive. Finally, the reach goes down, but he was a real pain for me to deal with. And since I'm dealing with the Absolution, I'm gonna keep with my premium shells. Especially since I didn't think I would last much longer like this. It wasn't the best first game, but it was pretty fun. A top tier battle with a couple easy opportunities, and just enough problems to remind me that just because it's a new tank, I am not invincible. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game I lost 40,000 silver and earned 6,056 experience with the 2x daily bonus, a 25% multiplier, and 250 from an op. In this game I dealt 2,086 damage, assisted with 310 damage, and destroyed 4 enemies while blocking 970 damage. This earned me High Caliber, Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, and a Reaper medal from in the mid-game when I was bullying those lower tier enemies. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,518. I managed to hit 38 of my 49 shots and penetrate 19 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the engine and destroyed the fuel tank in the 25 TP, damaged the engine in the Chaffee, and injured the commander in the Absolution. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing those fun top tier games with the Thunderbolt. I was quite excited to show these because this tank plays quite different when it is top tier. Its armor is significantly more reliable, so you can get away with being a lot more aggressive, especially when you're bullying some of the lower tier tanks. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.